What's up guys, new account here, and today I want to bring you my guide for Labrys in BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. A few things came up, namely work and trying to get better for Evo. But I realized I enjoyed the game a lot more just having fun and making guides, as opposed to trying to get good for tournaments. But anyway, on to the guide. If you're interested in a particular part, there will be links in the description. Labrys is a highly momentum-based character that rewards players for continuously beating on their opponent. She's pretty much what you'd call a guerrilla character. A character that will get in your face with big buttons, beat you down, pick you up, and then drop you down again. This is mostly due to her passive axe meter. Labrys builds power as she swings her axe, indicated by the color, gray being level 1, while red is level 5. The more she swings, the more damage she does. We're talking about a 50% increase in damage from red axe compared to green axe. On the contrary, if she is idle or taking damage, she will lose axe meter. It should be noted here that only moves that directly use the axe will build the axe meter. Labrys is for players looking to be rewarded for high aggressive gameplay. So we'll very briefly go over some of the notable normals. Her 5A has good reach and is your standard combo starter, while 4A is used when you need a faster starter. 2A is a decent low poke. 5B does not exist. Avoid using this button in neutral because you have better options. It can be used in combos however. Her 2B is a pretty decent anti-air, but you really need to be accurate with it, because if you whiff it, the recovery is very long. And finally, my favorite button with Labrys is her JB. This majestic axe swing covers a 270-degree arc around Labrys. It has cross-up potential if you time it correctly, and it hits enemies above you. My only issue with this move is that it's pretty slow compared to the other air normals in the game. For special moves, the first one I want to mention is her 214 or quarter circle back guillotine. The light, medium, and EX versions are similar but have slightly different properties. All three of these moves are overheads. The light version has been reported to be a 23 frame overhead. You need an assist if you want to combo off of this one. The medium version has been reported to be roughly 35 frames, which is incredibly slow, but puts the opponent in an extended knockdown state which Labrys can solo combo from. The EX version is a double hit, does a crap ton of damage, and builds a lot of axe meter. This version is great for combo damage. Labrys' second ability is her 236 or quarter circle forward chain knuckle. The light version is more of a poke tool and is safe on block. The medium version however has a longer startup but has a follow-up mechanic to it. The first follow-up is when you hold forward, Labrys will pull herself towards her opponent. This is safe on block. The second part is when you push a button. If you press the light button after a dash in, Labrys will follow up with an overhead. This is not safe however, and your opponent can DP and mash out. The other safer option is when you press the medium button. Labrys will do a low sweep causing a knockdown. The third safe option is with heavy. Labrys will spend some meter, launch the opponent up, and you can combo afterwards. The EX chain knuckle is pretty much a faster version of the medium chain knuckle. And just a quick note about Labrys' DP. It's actual garbage and you won't change my mind. Labrys' first distortion is her 236 or quarter circle forward B+C bull charge. Nothing much to note besides the fact that this does a crap ton of damage in red axe. Her second distortion 214 or quarter circle back B+C is another hard hitting super that can be charged for higher damage. Again, given Labrys' passive, this super does a crap ton of damage as well, especially if you full charge it. Charging it will give you a bunch of projectile invulnerability and can last the entirety of used Zeal Dime. This distortion has proven to be pretty meme-worthy for how it can potentially one-shot anyone in the game. It should be noted here, however, that both Labrys' distortions spend her entire axe bar and resets it back to level 1. This isn't too bad since the default axe level is green, so the game will increase it back to green on its own. As for her assist, her 5P is her standard combo extension assist. Nothing crazy about it. Her 4P is a decent anti-air assist similar to Ruby and Jin, but just not as strong as theirs. It does however have a good vertical coverage. Her 6P is kind of up for debate. If you ask me, it's okay. It's not good, it's not bad, it is what it is. Labrys takes forever to channel an orb that travels across the screen, trapping her opponent if they get hit, for a very short period of time. People will argue that this move is godlike. I think it has its moments. Admittedly, it has saved me from some combos before, but I can't honestly say it's amazing. But to each their own. Now that we got the boring stuff out the way, let's talk about Labrys' playstyle and neutral game. So as mentioned in the beginning, Labrys is a gorilla in an anime robot schoolgirl costume. You want to get in your opponent's face and not let them go. Once you're in the corner, in theory, Labrys should kill them in 2 hits. Of course, there's more to it because of burst and push blocks, but in an ideal situation, Labrys gets the hit, takes them into the corner, baits the burst, and gets the kill. So the hardest part will be getting momentum. Labrys needs to find a hit in neutral to get the ball rolling. The buttons you want to use are 5, 2, and 4A, 2B, 2C, and JB. Really avoid using 5B. Instant air dash JB is a decent way to get in on an opponent if you back it up with an assist. Be careful though, because if you do it too much, opponents will start anti-airing you. Another tool Labrys has is her chain knuckle. If you catch your opponent blocking, you can dash in and cover yourself with an assist to continue pressure. Most people will push block, but that's okay because eventually they'll run out of meter. In my opinion, the best way to get in with Labrys is to use an assist, confirm the block, and go right into cross combo. This will force your opponent to do one of 2 things. Your opponent may panic, start spamming push block DPs and jumps, or they'll try to block, probably get hit, and you'll get free true damage. You can try to play Labrys like an honest character, but you'll realize that her tools aren't that safe. Take full advantage of the in-game mechanics such as cross combos and active switch. She really needs these tools to be successful. This brings me to a small side point, and that's about choosing Labrys' partner. Labrys wants a partner that can cover distance with their assist. Characters like Yu, Gordeau, Ruby S, Mika, Mai, Jin, or Hyde. She just needs someone that can keep up with her and cover her rushdown. At first, I was using S for her projectile assist, and it worked great. I didn't have any major issues with it. The projectile assist strategy wasn't too bad since it created a pseudo corner your opponent couldn't run from. However, I wanted more consistent sandwich setups, and that's where Mai came in, whose neutral assist covers almost the full screen instantly. If you want to play rushdown, just pick an assist that can cover her rushdown. Whether that's a projectile or a stinger is up to you. So your neutral revolves around using your big buttons to control space and cover your entry with your assist. However, you'll come across opponents that have pretty solid defense and you will require a little bit more than a 5C to open them up. Let's start with Chain Knuckle. Chain Knuckle has the benefit of being like a pseudo mix-up. Some people may predict the overhead and start standing preemptively, in which case you can start hitting them low with the sweep. Some people might try to DP you, in which case you can just empty dash in and block. One way to tell if your opponent is trying to DP is if you dash in and sweep and you get push blocked before the sweep comes out. It could be intentional, but it was probably a DP attempt. Next time, do an empty dash in and block and test your theory. Once you've trained them to start blocking the sweep, you can start doing dash in grabs, dash in 2As, or just do the overhead. But you need to make sure you've conditioned your opponent to respect your options before trying to empty dash in pressure. These are kind of gimmicks, but it doesn't necessarily make them bad. On the downside, however, I think this strategy might be beaten by the 4-button option select. I haven't tried that myself yet. Next, let's talk about her 2-1-4 usage. This is a pretty good overhead with a decent speed. Good players can react to this, but there's still ways to make it tricky to block. You can use your assist in one of 2 ways. The first is to confirm the hit. You can use the 2-1-4, then call it an assist and get a combo. Standard stuff, nothing crazy. The second is to call your assist, then use Guillotine into active switch. This will create a true block string in which your assist can cover the Guillotine startup, while the blocks done from the Guillotine will cover the active switch. If 2-1-4 lands, you can continue the combo with your second character. If 2-1-4 is blocked, you can continue the pressure instead. Another variation of the active switch method is to use cross combos. Using cross combos will allow you to continue your pressure on hits or on block. If you land the overhead while you're in red X and you go into cross combo into an immediate super, you can get about 11k damage. This leads me into her safe jump setups. Ending combos on J214A will almost always guarantee you a safe jump timing with a media assist both mid-screen and in the corner. After ending your combos with J214A mid-screen, if you read the backdash, you can instant air dash, call assist, use JB, and block on your landing. JB will hit the opponent if they are pushing buttons because it is a meaty. If they try to wake up DP, you will block it. Your assist is there for more options. Now that your assist is out, you can do things like JB into 2-1-4A cross combo or active switch confirm. Another thing you can do again if you read the back tech is move forward a few frames, then instant air dash. This time you will actually get a cross up JB. This is no longer a safe jump, but it is worth trying if your opponent is just blocking the safe jump setups. Again, you have the same options of active switch or cross combo setups. In the corner, the safe jump I use after J214A is simply to jump back. Jumping back will put you out of range if they neutral tech, but you will be in range if they forward tech. However, to cover the neutral tech, you can call a meaty assist and it'll force your opponent to block. Now that the assist is out and you're in the corner, you can do a 214 active switch cross combo setup, or you can use a 2C into 214A setup. You can also run up grab, or run up poke with 2A, or you can just run up and block if you expect a DP. If you're confident your opponent won't wake up DP, you can do a jump back into instant air dash right before you hit the ground for a quick overhead. This is really just day one setups I came up with, but I'm pretty sure there are people that have better setups, so look around. Another thing I want to cover is Blockstrings. Typically I wouldn't cover something like this, but for Labrys it's important because 5 AAA is something that's relatively slow. Using it as a block string often can get you punished if your opponent push blocks at the right time. If you want to check for an opponent's guard, get used to using 2A and 4A. You can do things like 4A, 2A, 4A, which can each cancel into 5A strings. One thing to note about 5 AAA is that it can be jump cancelled. So if you do use it, you can do 5 AAA instant air dash cross up with an assist. 2C is relatively safe but can only be special cancelled into the chain, the guillotine, or an assist. So if you don't follow up with one of those, 2C will probably be the end of your pressure. So lastly, there are already pretty good combo videos out there, better than anything I would do, so I'll leave links in the description below. Instead, I'll give you some tips on how to make combos more consistent. Here's Labrys' Day 1 combo. This combo is actually very simple and will get you into yellow axe. But there is a crucial drop point, and that is 2B. There are times where you'll be in max 5A range and your 2B will whiff. This feels real bad, like really bad. You will get full punished for whiffing a 2B you were trying to combo with. It's pretty dumb, but with time you'll start to gauge the distance better and you'll know if you're too far to land a 2B. If you're too far, instead do a 2C route. You can do something like 2C, 236A, or 214C into an assist. The second combo is rather situational, but you'll develop a skill which is comboing off of the chain knuckle into sweep. This combo is good for corner carry, builds red axe, and starts off of 4A. A common drop point is 236 BB follow-up. This is very height dependent. Don't mash the follow-up B because you will whiff. Time it so that you hit your opponent as they are descending from the juggle. The 4A link after the sweep should take care of itself as long as you time the 236 BB properly. Lastly, I want to show you a practical combo route that will guarantee you red axe at the cost of 1 bar. This combo is simple, does a crap ton of damage, and leaves you in red axe. Use this combo when your opponent's burst is down. In conclusion, Labrys is an overall decent character, but she's not perfect. Her biggest flaws, in my opinion, are her pretty slow normals, terrible DP, a punishing 2B anti-air on whiff, and pretty lackluster assists. However, what she does bring to the party is explosive damage from her red axe passive that will punish enemies for eating the wrong overhead. I've had a lot of fun playing Labrys in this installment, and I think you should try it too. That being said, I've been NeoCount. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, not for me, but so that the video can be seen by the people that need it most. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.